no money, ironically, are the same people who are typically the most skeptical about starting something new. The most skeptical. And I started thinking around at the folks I talked to, I'm like, oh my God. It's typically the folks with no time and no money. They're like, no, I don't want to do that, one of the things. My aunts, brothers, sister, mother, grandmother did one of those things back in the 80s and it didn't work. Like, did that person actually have what you want? How many of you guys know that you're not supposed to listen to the people who don't have what you want? How many of you guys have heard that, right? Don't listen to them. I don't care if it's your grandmother or your mom and dad. Sometimes they mean well, but maybe they don't have what you want. Don't go home and tell, Grandmama, I'm not listening to you anymore. You don't have what I want. Don't go home and do that, please, okay? But it's true. And then the other thing that really, kind of was a shock to me was that the 5 people that you hang out with the most are who you become. How many of you guys have heard that? The 5 people you hang out. Some of you guys are like, oh my Lord, need to get me a new group of friends, right? And they might be good people and they're fun, but you need to hang out with people that are smarter than you, right? That have the things that you want. And so, I started to do that a little bit before I found this industry. And that kind of brings me into the second category of folks. And those are people, which is the same person that I was at the time, that have a great money or good money, but have absolutely no quality of life because their company or their job that they bought themselves owns them. How many of you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like, congratulations, you're one of our best top performers. You get 2 weeks vacation a year. Woo! So you're telling me that the rest of the year you own me and I get 2 weeks vacation a year? And by the way, you got to do Thanksgiving, Christmas, weddings, and all that in those 2 weeks. How many of you guys really know what I'm talking about right now, right? That hurts. And another thing that I experienced, and if I can speak to just, 2 people in the room tonight, in this group of, more than 500 people, if you are doing something every day that in your heart right now, you don't have to raise your hand, that you don't believe in, that you don't feel like you're impacting others' lives, don't go out there and quit your job tomorrow. But one of the things that you can do, even spare time and part-time, with a company like Visalis, even if it's not Visalis, guys, find something. Find something that you can go out there and latch onto that you're passionate about, that doesn't feel like work, that's fun, where the money that you earn is changing somebody else's life. I promise you, you will sleep better at night. How many of you guys in this room know what I'm talking about? Woo! It's addictive. That's the one thing that's addictive. You'll never get enough of helping somebody else. Even brand new promoters in the room. How many of you guys, raise your hand, have had people call you and say, thank you so much for introducing me to this challenge? Maybe it's emails and texts. Girl, ooh, I look good, I'm down 10 pounds. All kinds of, you get that feedback and that feeling every day. If you're not getting that in your career, start here and then make enough money where you're making more money doing this. Then you can go in there and tell your boss, I can't fit you in my schedule anymore. That feels really good. So that's the second type of person. You know who you are. The third type of person was really crazy to me because, again, I was not wealthy. I had only worked in corporate America where somebody else told me what to do all the time. Similar to the story Jennifer was telling, kind of on a leash with my company. And, I found out that wealthy people, and we all know a few of them, we don't know a lot of them, they get wealthy through two streams of income, 2 ways. And I didn't know this, I wasn't wealthy, so I'm going to share these with you today. If you do not believe me, please leave here tonight and ask that wealthy person that you know, how do you make your money? It seems like the simplest, dumbest question that I could have ever asked somebody who I wanted to be like, but I never asked that question. It never dawned on me to ask. Here's how, every time. Mark my word, leave here and try it out for yourself tonight. 2 ways. Through residual income and leverage. Residual income and leverage. See, I used to drive down Peachtree Road in Atlanta. Have you guys ever been to Atlanta? Like every road is named Peachtree, right? But I was driving down Peachtree Road and I looked to my left one day and there was this group of ladies sitting out like drinking wine in the middle of the day, and I was like, these people are lazy. We called them Buckhead Bettys. They pretty much lived at Nordstrom, right? They'd even eat there. I'm like, They don't even come out of there. They just live there. That's all they do all day is shop. And I really thought they were so lazy. I had no respect for them. Like, what do they do with their lives, you know? And then, guys too, they were always on the golf course, or they were on these, 2-week hunting trips. And I just didn't understand that. And, it's because I wasn't wealthy. Well, it turns out that here's what leverage and residual income means. Leverage means it's not just you making you money. So you don't actually have to be, right, shopping all day or doing something that's not impacting the world. If you free up your time, because you have leverage, guys, time is the most valuable, precious thing that will add the most quality to your life that you could never, ever imagine. How many of you guys wouldn't mind having some more time, right? Vacationing with the kids, doing stuff you want to do, working out 2 hours a day if you want to cheat on your challenge, right? Get those 2 extra workouts in. I don't know what you do with your time. Maybe you would play golf or go shopping. I'm not going to hate on you, all right? That's good too. Maybe you would do charity work. Maybe you would spend your time helping other people. That's a life worth living. The second was residual income. Residual means that you do something once and you get paid on it over and over and over and over again. A friend of yours tonight, when you leave here, you tell them about the challenge, they hop on it, they tell their parent, right? Their parent says, hey, you gotta do this, you need to make money, you'll love it, try this thing out, they become a promoter, right? Or you have a friend that was, in your old company that calls you and says, hey, that looks fun, I wanna do that. And then all of a sudden, 1 year and 6 months later, almost 2 years later, you're standing in front of a room of 500 people. 500 people because one girl called me, Jennifer, and said, Ashley, that looks fun. I don't love what I do. I want to start doing that at least on the side. Because of one phone call. And here's what's crazy. You guys now know how wealthy people get wealthy, but check this out. We haven't even launched international yet. Mark my words, I know it because of the community and the people and the diversity of this market right here. I know, mark my words, that there will be at least 5, 6, maybe 10 people in this room who, because of a friend, will override the launch of an entire company, an entire country for Visalis, an entire country. Woo! How many of you guys have been excited about that? Woo! A friend of a friend could know somebody in Mexico, right? Could know somebody in Europe somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, we haven't even skimmed the surface of what this company is about and what we're about to do. I cannot wait until January. I cannot wait for you guys to find out what's going to happen with everybody that you know when it comes to their resolutions. Who do you think they're going to call first? How many of you guys know they're going to be calling you, right? In fact, I love the Facebook messages that you guys post out here because I know what happens. Your friends end up calling, they're like, I'm so tired of seeing everybody lose weight and everybody get a BMW, and eventually they just crack, they break down, and they call you, right? I know that's happened here. I've seen it over and over again. So whatever you guys are doing is working. You're living the Vi life by example, and I applaud every single one of you for that. So ladies and gentlemen, what type are you? Are you a 1? Are you that first person I talked about with no time and no money? Don't be a skeptic. There's no statues out there for skeptics. There's statues out there for people who go out there and get things done and help people. If you're a type 2, start with this part-time. Don't go out there and quit your job, but find out what a life worth living is about. And if you're a type 3, if you're somebody who's already wealthy, I know you've got folks that are coming to you all the time, asking you for help. This is how you can help them because, ladies and gentlemen, I said it before and I'll close with it again. We are not an opportunity that can provide both of those for you, leverage and residual income. Right now, in North America, hands down, undisputed, numbers don't lie, people do, we are the #1 opportunity for anyone in North America who wants to be a part of it. #1, undisputed #1. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time tonight. Stick around, they're gonna do a quick getting started training at the end of this so that you'll know exactly what to do leaving here. We do have a huge regional event upcoming in January. I think you guys are the very first one. in Denver, which is the very first one that we've had in this area, period. I know you guys are going to be the majority of the people in that room, so bring y'all's New Mexico energy to that event. To see you guys there. Let the folks know who brought you down if you're a type 1, a type 2, or a type 3. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. I've had a blast with y'all tonight, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, everybody.